my latest vlog. Coming up to the end of March now. Down on Cromwell. Never been here before. Only here for the one night, so I've done the 120-mile trip up here. Give it a scope out, see what I think of the place. Basically, it's looking like the France trip isn't going to happen with all this bloody COVID-19 stuff going about and that, you know. And I hope all the viewers and subscribers and everyone who watches this, and basically the whole country, the whole world, I hope everyone's keeping safe while this outbreak is on. It's not looking like it's going to slow down anytime soon, it just looks like it's getting worse. I don't really know what to think of it, to be honest. A lot of people are dying from it, which is it's not very nice whatsoever. But what's your thoughts on it? There's a lot of theories going about. Is it man-made? Is it this? Is it that? Who started it? Who done this? Who done that? But anyway, it's not about that. It's about the fishing. Like I said, down on Cromwell. I've been here I've been in the swim about 45 minutes. Not even made a rig yet. Not even threaded the line on the rods. I was hoping to have a bash with an alternative bait on here, but with the supermarkets being raided constantly for these panic buyers, I've not been able to get any alternative bait. I was going to have a bash of the old pepper army, not used it for years, seen Mark Carp's video on YouTube the other week, and I thought, why not start giving that a go again? But hey ho, every supermarket's going, just can't get them. So basically I'm going to, I know they respond to the zigs in here, they respond over bait in here apparently. Spoke to the bailiff this morning, he said basically everything that's been coming off has been majoritarily coming off the deck. So I've got a little mix there made up, which I'll show you in a bit. It's a bit of a sloppy mix. It's basically a bit of crumb boiler, bit of corn and ground bait, bit of liquid and lake water. Bit sloppy, bit of a cloud as it goes in, and then the other bits flush at the bottom. So I'm basically going to fish two little Ronnie rigs and a zig over the area what I'm baiting. So I've not even had a feel around yet. I've had a few pointers off the bailiff in areas which would go to. But I'm going to have a feel around what to get these rods sorted and up and going. So once I've got my rigs made up and stuff and that, I'll show you the spod mix, blah blah blah. It's nothing scientific, it's quite easy to knock up. It's very effective in the past when I've used it, fishing it this way with rods on the bottom and zigs. You know, mid-water this time of year. You know, it's not going to really feed them that much. It's only a bit of corn, a few handfuls of crushed boiler, ground bait, which that is just going to disappear in the water column coming down. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to jump back on. Don't forget, it's only 24 hours. Just for scoping out. Never been here before. Keith, who's down with me, who always out. We always fish together anyway. He's fished here once, and we've got Shane with us. He's never fished it neither. We're all in 9, 10, and 11. I'm in 10. So let's see if I can have a snaffle of my goodies. If not, it's fishing, isn't it? Right. I will get back on shortly. I'll just have a quick look at how I've got this set up before I boom it out. Straightforward, running rig. It's it's like a long shank, slight curve to the hook. It's one of the ESP new ones. 14mm pineapple pop up. Well, it's a PB, but it's got pineapple goo on it. And that's going onto a tidy boom. Straight down, sleeve over, onto a quick change clip, onto a leg clip, take a bit of that rubber off, just so that lead will dislodge, and just onto some tungsten rig tubing, just a short 2 foot length. That'll do. So basically that's what I'm going to be fishing on the bottom. Just going to put a little PVA mesh bag on with a crush barley in it and a bit of goo on it. Put that out, and I'll show you that spod mix now. I'm not going to run through zigs because you've seen all of them. So I'll get this out and I'll show you that that little bit of a sloppy spod mix. I'm back with you shortly. Well, here we go. This is the spod mix I'm going to be using. I've not put nothing out yet, just yet. I've just got 2 rods out on the singles. I'm going to set this 3rd rod up on the zig, give it a few hours on the singles and the zig, see how it goes, and then introduce a bit of bait. Found a nice, lovely, nice area there. Slightly raises up a bit. I'd say it's about 10-12 foot of water there. But there is some deeper areas and stuff, you know. Well, I'm going to go on that raised area, try it. And I'm going to set up a 6-7 foot zig. And I'm just going to put this spod mix over it, as you can see. Just try and focus in there on that. Right, it's just calm, loads of ground bait. And just the ground bait has little bits of pelleting and stuff. A couple of old barleys and a few shot boilies. Plenty of liquid and lake water in there. It clouds up nicely in the water. I'll probably do a little demo in a bit, like a little scoop down the margin there. It's quite clear, like I did with the goo on the last vlog. So you can take a look at it, how it disperses itself down in the water column. So I'm going to sit back now. Have a nibble to eat, give it a couple of hours, get this zig out and see where we go from there. So fingers crossed, you know, we've only got 24 hours. It's not mega time, like, you know, but it is what it is. I don't know if this place is going to close. So far I did look, same barrows was supplied, but I've just basically carried it round. I can't bother going round to every angler. Is this your barrow or is this the fisheries barrow, etc. Next time just bring me on. But very clean. It's very clean. You know, I'll show you some of the mod cons it's got, i.e. ashtrays, maps, swim, what the lake looks like. I'll get on that in a short while. Weather's quite nice, got a breeze trickling in. It's a crosswind for me, blowing straight across me here. You know, but it's full apart from the double swim, which I did like the look of it. Slightly on the back, it's on the back of the wind as well. But let's just see if we can get any signs of anything showing. You know, I've heard of a lot of people that does like to do a bite in the daytime. But let's have a look. Right, I'll be back on shortly. So what we'll do, just have a little look if we can see now what just a little touch of this is like as it enters the water. So you could get the gist of like adding this ground bait and liquids. You know, adding a bit of milk would also help. Let's just have a look at this now. There you go. As you can see, quite a lot of little particles there hanging about as it's fluttering down. This is only about 2 foot, 3 foot of water there. You know, you can just see there's once it's hit the bottom there, there's not really much of it left. You know, so plenty of attraction properties. Not much of a food source for him. Have a little look at this swim. As you can see, nice and tidy swims. All back down, you know, all my stuff everywhere. And Shane down there. Keith's just behind these trees there. This is looking out from my swim, you know. Plenty of water in front of her. And another nice little touch in the swims is each swim has its own little map and its own little ash pot. You know, all the rules. All your fish core, etc. and your zones. You see? Like I'm down here, peg 10. So this is my zone. Keith's got this zone here, and Shane's got this zone here. The bottom end. So, you know, something to look at. And when you go on the Facebook page, you can actually get that same map. But it's got depths on it, etc. and stuff like that. So one of them dumps off. We'll have a look at these as well. Courtesy of Mr. Dixon there. Nice set of straw bobbins there, complete. You know, cost him a packet. Never uses them. Give him there. They even get their own little balls on him. You tickle them and they make a noise. Hey. Well, it's now just gone 3:30. I've recast the rods. Still got 2 on bottom, 1 on the zig. I've notched it up a bit to 9 foot. I've put that in 16 foot of water. Just had a bit of a incident. Well, Shane has guys in with the bait boats out of gone up right across the full lake basically, and crossed over him, so he's just reeled them in. And as I'm putting my bait out, it's gone over me, and also nightmare. You can fish the water what's in front of you. I'm only 12 and 13 wraps. That swim directly in front of them is probably a good 20 wraps from me. So there's no need to angle your boats towards me, this area. Well, not really towards me. It's more or less as they're getting down this end and narrowing and coming in closer for some reason. Just don't understand it, me myself. But hey ho, I'm still fishing. I just found out my nephew's girlfriend, well, she's had it 10 days now. They live in Leeds. She's picked the virus up. She's had a bit of a rough time with it. Or should be getting over the worst of it now. Fingers crossed. We'll have to just wait and see. But just the way the situation is in this country at the moment. Something should have been done a lot sooner. But let's stop rambling on about that. What do I think of this place? It's your average day ticket. It's got big fish in it. There's 40s in here, which is what I'm still trying to aim for. It's taking some time now, this. It's just not happening. But you just got to keep going and keep going. You know, you never know. One day it'll happen. I do honestly think this French trip is well knocked on the head now. There's a country now closing most of its shops, bars, etc. to minimise the risk of the spread. I think it's going to be the borders next. You know, I've got some money put aside for it if it does happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. I know hopefully these lakes all stay open, but if this virus does get too bad, fingers crossed it doesn't. You look at Italy, you've got a feel for him. Masses, hundreds and upon hundreds each day losing their lives. All them families without the loved ones, it's not good. But you've got to think of your own families now at this time. Keep them safe. You know. So keep your fingers crossed and keep plodding on everyday life. Soon enough we'll all be in bloody isolation. That's how I see it. You never know. Well, back to this fishing. As far as I know, the bailiffs told me nothing has been out of here in the last 3 days. You know, a couple of weeks ago there was quite a good few fish coming out. I'm sure one of the 40s come out, some of the high 30s definitely came out. You know, so it's up and down. The temperatures have been up and down. We had some beginning of the week. We had some good weather, good temperatures. Now we're back with this cold winds now again. Says how it is, isn't it? In my eyes, we're early. We're in early spring now. On here, it looks like they have woken up. Yeah, a good few have been caught. I don't know what the stock wise is in here. You know, but like a good few fish have been out. Right, I'll leave it there for now so it's not dragging on too long about this COVID-19 bloody virus. You know, for a lot of people, worrying times with elderly parents, etc. My old man, he won't listen to anything. I'm going out, I'm not staying in. 70 odd years of age. No one's ever told me to stay in all my bloody life. I'm not doing it now. When it's my time, it's my time. You know, what can you do? Only advise him and stuff, but it's one of them. Who are you to tell me what to do? Who is anyone to tell me what to do? He's a funny old character. But he's plodding on. Right. I will jump back on, give me a bit of an update in the hours of darkness. I'll have a little tidy up now and have a chill, watch this water. I've seen one fish row a couple of hours ago, but that's directly straight in front of me. I'd say 250 yards towards that house. Something these bait boat boys could drop rigs on, you know. Right, cheerio, catch you all soon. Well, morning. Didn't do an update. Last night says nothing happened, the wind carried on, the wind calmed down. There's in one fish roll between me and Keith, and one fish roll over where I was fishing. Basically, not too far from where I was fishing, where I have actually got the zig, so I was hoping that might have rattled off. It's now 5:30 in the morning, and we've got to be off in 3.5 hours. something just topped out there now. Out where I'm fishing. I couldn't really see, I was looking the other direction. But you never know, it's a nice morning, it's quite warm this morning. Let's have a pan it round. And there we go. Not fishing too far out, so hopefully if this sun comes up, let's have a chance. You never know. Spoke to one of the guys, he come round talking to me last night. He's been on for quite a while. I think he's on his 5th night now. He had 4 nights to go. He said he had an £88 cat and a mid 30 mirror, so well done. Which is a good result. So what I'll do now, I'm going to get the kettle on, sit back, I'll start packing up around 7:30. Gotta be off the swim for 9 o'clock on the way home, so and then see if work is still open tomorrow. Or if we're on a lockdown or what, I don't know. I've not really looked at the news. So for now, I'll leave it there, and I will update you before I'm going. Well, look at a lovely morning, lovely. Well, it's now 40 minutes later than I was last on. I've seen 3 shows now. One more or less in the vicinity of where the zig is. There's one just a bit further out, more or less in Peg 12 swim shore. And one down in this little bay, a good shore there. And if I'm right, Keith's got a rod in that area. So you never know, things could look up. Got a couple of hours out there, the sun's coming out now. It's looking a bit more promising than yesterday morning. We've kept the rigs in situ all the time, there's rigs out there. And 2 pop-ups, one on a matched arch, same as the base, it's just a light sandy colour, and one's on a nice yellow gooed up DNA bait PB. Put my teeth back in. Just sexy again now, too. Come on you big girls, I'm ready for you now. Well, so that's that. What do I think of the place? I'll give you my first impressions. Very clean, very tidy. Swim setup. Better than most day tickets for room, etc. If you're along these side banks, you've got more water to play with. You are restricted here. I reckon you could probably be 18. You've got about 18 wraps in front of you. You know, only fishing at 13, so I've still got plenty of room either side there. Got plenty of room down the sides. You know, these margins are deep. been keeping a close eye on it. I threw a few scoops in just off where I feel around where it shells off. I've kept my eye on that for any bit of bubbling and etc. You know, did throw a rod on it for a few hours yesterday through the day. But since I seen that little roll yesterday around 4 o'clock, I put all my rods back 2 rods back out there in that general area of that shore. So I'm not fishing far out, it's very comfortable, it's nice and calm now. As soon as I woke up this morning, heard a bit of a plop 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 plop. Thought it might have just been the geese or something jumping back in the water, but when I looked, they was all still lined up on the grass at the side of the river. And I sort of just stayed up, had a brew and that, and as the light started to break, I was looking down, and that's when I seen the first show over where Keith's rod was. And then I've done a little bit of filming, I was sat here again watching, and then 2 good shows again, you know. So there is fish around this area. As the bailiff says, they have been showing, just not been feeding. Temperatures are up and down, nice and warm, cold, nice and warm, cold, decent cold, warm winds, freezing cold winds, low pressure, high pressure, etc. over the past week or 2. I've just got to keep plugging away at it. So I'll go back to it, what I think of this place. All I can think of it, it's a day ticket water. Yeah, they all have the ups and downs, you know. It's anyone can fish here. Swims are spread out as far as I can see. Okay, yeah. The corner swim down there and Shane swim. They look a bit restricted. They look like they're going to end up fishing the same water. There is maps, like I showed you, of your boundaries, etc. It seems like these swims up the sides have got very good boundaries, because they've got all the way out to more or less the middle from both sides, which is a hefty cast, like. So it's got all that water from the middle all the way back into their bank to explore. Will I be coming back? Yeah, of course. I'll come back on here. You know, so it's another big fish water. I think there's a better stock in here than there is in Baden. But in Baden, I think there's more bigger fish, upper 40s obviously. There's the 50s in Baden as well, which I don't think there's any 50s in here. I think there's a couple what's pushing the upper 40 in here. Speaking to the bailiff, said some of the real big ones are due out. I know one over 40, as far as I'm aware. I can only go off what they show on the Facebook and Instagram pages, etc. There's a good few high 30s out, 40 plus out, and they all look decent fish, nice and dark. Couldn't tell you what strain they are. I don't think they're the same or strain. But carp's a carp. I've given up on the bandwagon of, is that English, is that not, is this, that, back. End of the day, not one carp is English. They're all imported from many years ago. You understand, people go on about it's a wrong un, this, that, the other. My theory on a wrong un is, steal a fish from one lake, you put it in another. You steal a fish from another country, bring it over and put it in. You know, that's my theory on the wrong un. You know, we'd like to all catch the so-called scaly, all English, laney type fish, but they're just dwindling away now with age and etc. You know, there's still some waters with some real old nice fish in to go at. But I'm up north. I've travelled 120 miles to get to here. 120 miles back. It'll be 24 hours. I don't know. In May. Me and Keith were having a chat about it. He's on about bedding again for a long stint on here. Really, I'm thinking of going somewhere I've not fished before. I think I'll won't mind heading down to Peterborough. Get on the Bluebell complex. Give that a good go. Like I say, North French holiday. See how this COVID-19 outbreak pans out. I've heard Linear's shut down now, so I think a lot more fisheries will follow suit. Don't know what's happening with me work and my job, if it's staying open or not. We'll find out in the morning. The country's in mass panic at the moment. I've got fingers crossed we can still get out and do a bit. They don't put us on a full lockdown. You know, get out in the open, away from the hustle and bustle. As long as the family's alright, we'll keep going. But as far as I know, at the moment, I cannot say when I'm out next. I just can't. It's just each day, the government's, everything's changing all the time. We could end up being on a lockdown, confined to our houses, only going out for essentials, etc. So fishing will be the last thing on the mind when that happens. It's all about surviving then. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we don't go into like the Italians have gone. God bless them all. And now the Chinese went, you know. Craziness. It's just not nice. It's horrible watching the news, especially now it's showing what's going on in Italy. You know, and over here then you're looking at the news and you're looking and things are just getting worse and worse and worse for us. But anyhow, what's your views on this outbreak? What's going on over here? Do you think we're gonna be it like the Italians have, or do you think it's gonna be worse? I've got a bit of a divided opinion amongst friends, and that me myself, I'm hoping we don't get hit as bad as the Italians, but the way things are, it just looks like everything's on the up and up and up all the time with it. There's more and more cases, there's the deaths, there seems to be rising more. You starting off with the odd one or two, then it was in the double figures, then it was 20 plus each day, 30 plus each day, 40 plus each day. And as far as I'm looking, I think it was 50 plus yesterday. So God knows what today will bring. I just thought for everyone's sake, it's and everyone's families, that it goes on the decline and we get past it. I think that's everyone's hopes and wishes. But for now, so I've got a couple of hours left. It's only like 6:30 now. I'll be up for 9. I think I'll be ending the vlog here unless anything happens. But if it doesn't, hope you all keep yourself safe, keep your families safe. And hopefully I'll be seeing you all again soon. Cheers. I never get away from him, Baden. On quarry, they get murdered by the bloody geese. And now they're here. At least the pandemic's not bloody bird flu. I'll be a bit worried now.